advises Absalom, Absalom, if you really want to humiliate your daddy, what you ought to do is set up a tent on the top of his palace and take his 10 concubines, go up there and have sex with them. Now these 10 concubines were a part of the king's harem. It was a part of his group of wives, and David now has trouble in his relationship because he has another man sleeping with it. You ain't saying nothing. Oh, you in here today? He's got another man sleeping with 10 of his wives.
All right now. I got trouble, bro. Come on.
Got trouble, Doc.
That's all right.
Oh, the heartache and pain of relationship problems. Are you with me now? Relationship problems are the things that propel Dr. Field to the status that he has today. Relationship problems are the things that cause some people to wake up in the morning before reading their Bibles. They take out the newspaper to read their horoscopes.
All right.
Because they're looking for a man or a woman of a certain sign. Are you with me now? Relationship problems, but not only does he have relationship problems, not only does he have a problem at home, problem at work, problem with his family, he also has a problem with his friends, because who is Ahithophel? Ahithophel is a close friend of David's. In fact, when you study the text, what you'll discover is not only was Ahithophel David's close friend, but Ahithophel was in fact Bathsheba's granddaddy. And his close advisor, Bathsheba's granddaddy, has now turned against him and is advising his enemy, his son Absalom. He lost a good friend. He lost a good friend. David is so hurt and brokenhearted over this. He writes about it in Psalms 41 and verse 9. He talks about how Ahithophel has so wounded him, because there is nothing like the pain, there's nothing like the hurt of being misused, betrayed by a good friend. Look at what he says in Psalms 41 and verse 9. David said, "Yea, mine own familiar friend, in whom I trusted, which did eat of my bread, had lifted up his heel against me." David said, hey, my homeboy, that he and I went out to lunch together, has now betrayed me. He writes about it in Psalms 55 and verse 12. He says, "So if it was an enemy that had reproached me, then I could have borne it. Neither was it he that hated me, that did magnify himself against me. Then I would have hid myself." He says, "But it was you, a man, mine equal, my guide, my acquaintance. We took sweet counsel together as we walked into the house